You've never witnessed this. Richard sees the old man's farewell, instantly thinks he can legally start a drug empire, and celebrates with his dog. This miraculous painkiller made the US the top party spot for drug users, no contest. Drug issues are affecting 8.2% of families, leading to a very complicated family reunion, especially after the old man passed away. Family members bickered over inheritance, only to find out the old man's dozens of companies were in a money-burning spree. Faced with this mess, everyone decided to sell something to pay off debts, while Richard firmly declared he only wanted Purdue Pharma. Unfortunately, family members dashed this dream, as Purdue relied on one painkiller. But Richard had a plan. He wanted to develop a new drug that would let him sit on the couch counting money. As long as pain could be wiped out, everyone would feel relieved, and Richard dreamt of wealth flowing in like a river. Richard's plan got the whole family cheering. Purdue had been quietly producing for 15 years. He just needed to tweak the formula a bit to turn heroin into his new drug. So, he started recruiting ordinary folks who knew nothing about drugs for experiments. What a creative idea. When the doctor asked about their feelings, what popped into their heads were dentists and cough syrup. Some even thought of nails and cancer, yet everyone knew absolutely nothing about the drug. Many mistakenly thought it was a miracle drug for pneumonia, and Richard got so excited that this was a money-making opportunity. This was a double-strength new opioid drug, a fortune bestowed from heaven. Richard was determined to market this drug to everyone in pain, truly a wannabe tycoon. He was like, using this drug under a doctor's guidance is so safe, just like saying moderate drinking is harmless. The Oxycontin ads were just mind-blowingly catchy. Who knew you actually needed this drug? Richard understood that sales were much more important than production, and to win customers, he needed catchy phrases. To make customers bleed cash, he gathered a team of hot college girls for sale. Seriously, 10/10 strategy. These sales goals were soaked in luxury champagne and leather shoes, immediately igniting the thirst for cash. They roamed from town to town selling Oxycontin like shadows. Talk about determination. Everyone was struggling with pain, but what's needed is a little salesmanship. Right, Dad? They rolled in a pile of drug coupons. However, with product and sales all set, the drug just couldn't hit the market. Really frustrating. The FDA official stood his ground against Richard's bribes, making him quite admirable. The approval dragged on for 11 months. Richard was practically sweating bullets. In this situation, Richard's patience was wearing thin, and he thought of a foolproof plan. He rented a presidential suite for the FDA official. For 3 days everyone was dying to know what happened in there. 3 days later, the official surprisingly approved Oxycontin. This painkiller, claiming to eliminate pain, suddenly exploded in popularity nationwide with long lines to get a prescription. Some even went so far as to rob pharmacists for the drug. What utter madness. This guy, who unknowingly chewed off his own fingers, is like an invisible soldier in the victim realm. Just recently, his son was showing off his excavator skills. What a disaster that turned into. He decided to teach his son a lesson, but ended up slamming his back onto a steel beam instead. He was rushed into surgery where the doctor managed to piece him together. The operation went well, but the real drama was just beginning. He went through a long, torturous recovery period after pain relief and was utterly fed up with the incessant discomfort. Naturally, he chose the new painkiller Oxycontin. To his great dismay, it would bring about far worse problems. He felt dizzy every day and the pain intensified. The doctor simply said it was his body evolving. Subtitle: Richard, the prominent figure and big boss at Purdue Pharma, was fully aware of all this, and indeed, he cleverly advised patients to increase the dosage. What a truly brilliant move. He got patients who reported good effects from Oxycontin to film promotional videos. What a party in the making. In the spotlight, he and his co-workers thanked Oxycontin for letting him live more fully. It was indeed a comedy. More patients praised the drug openly, but at the party, face suddenly became the utmost priority. This man was thrilled with this gift haul until he realized he couldn't find his mitts, like a thunderbolt striking him. He rummaged through the bedroom and bathroom with no luck. His emotions began to spiral out of control. At midnight, he couldn't take it anymore and pushed the fridge out, no stone left unturned. Just as he found the lost pill, his son sneakily found the stash too. What a tangled web. During dinner, he inexplicably didn't notice he was biting his own finger. What a disastrous meal. The doctor informed them he'd have to contact a recovery center, and things were getting wild. The addiction rate was supposedly only 1%, yet Richard secretly knew how deadly this drug was. This stuff was based on heroin, and during tests, it had wiped out countless lab mice. Talk about insider info.